If I could show you a way you could potentially end up with around 15% more money to spend in retirement, would you be interested? Then this video is for you. This is the topic of today's video. Here at Retirement for Seniors, we are all about living your best retired life. Retirement, deals and steals, ideas to grow your wealth, and permission to let go and live your authentic life. So, this brings me to another question. Do you have financial confidence, and does it even matter? The answer, of course, is absolutely it does. I mean, if you don't have financial confidence, then you're anxious all the time. Being worried about your finances is no way to live, and you're going to miss out on life. It isn't about money, but you need money to live. It's sort of like the air we breathe. Now, I'm not a financial advisor, and this video is only for entertainment. I've, for most of my life, worked with a certified financial advisor and have done a lot of personal research on how to maximize or grow my wealth. Hence my YouTube channel. Now you'll be saying, but isn't that your advisor's job? And yes, you would be right. But when you talk about finances, nobody can ever know more than you do about your financial situation. So, as we are about to start, I would suggest you may want to grab a pen and paper and take a few notes. Trust me, you'll be glad you did. So, I personally took courses at the Adult Learning Center at our community college. The classes I took were about finance, reading stock and crypto charts, and what you should do when working with a planner. Now, I have been working with a planner for years before. However, I was interested in some of the changes in the laws. So, in this video, I'm going to share around some 45 years of knowledge about my personal journey with financial planning and my research on some key points I am going to share with you now. So, let's get started. In a 2022 Northwestern mutual study found that 62% of U.S. adults admit their financial planning needs improvement, or they didn't really have a plan. However, only 35% of Americans work with a financial advisor. While advisors are legally prohibited from promising returns, research suggests that people who work with an advisor feel more at ease about their finances and could potentially end up with 15% more money to spend in retirement. Imagine what you could do with another 15% ready for you when you start your retirement. Sound good? You bet. Some key points about advisors are: Number 1, some are specialists and some are generalists. Planning has many different aspects. Just like focusing on financial health, such as retirement, investing, and life goal planning. Some may be experts at planning for your retirement, while others may specialize more in the area of investing in your portfolio for maximum gains. Now, many advisors have overlapping skill sets. Also, larger offices have a team of advisors for you to work with. However, it's important to note, if you have a complicated financial situation, seek out a specialist in your area of need is best. Number 2, their fee structures vary. We had a situation where, when we inherited some money from a loved one who passed, and their fee rate was worth keeping the inheritance where it was at the same percentage. That single move saved us almost $1,000 a year. The reason was their commission rate was worth keeping the inheritance where it was and using the same advisor my mother-in-law used for over 25 plus years. Although fees are negotiable in most cases, some get paid by an hourly fee for their services, whereas others take a yearly percentage based on the number of assets. Or, you could consider using a crypto-based IRA. It's easy to move your investment to a place like iTrust, who are a crypto-based retirement account. Now, we are not sponsored or connected with iTrust in any way. Personally, I'm very happy to have control over crypto, as it is something I have a lot of experience in. Number 3. Their education isn't necessarily the same. Usually, it requires passing only one test. Now, if they are a CFP, that's a certified financial planner, then it can be a grueling program. A degree in finance is not required. That single fact blew me away. What about you? Number 4. They have different legal responsibilities. If the person is an investment advisor, they have a fiduciary responsibility to their clients. If you are not familiar with the term fiduciary, it's defined a person or entity who is obligated to act in the best interest of another party. This means putting their clients' needs ahead of their own, typically managing money or property on their client's behalf, and required to disclose any potential conflicts of interest. Now, the other style of advisor is broker-dealers. They have loyalty to their company before their client. A lot of times it could be where the company they work for is trying to push a product and the commission structure is much higher, and I'm sure you can guess what I use. Now, they're all not rich, but typically they make a comfortable living. The median salary is around $99,000 as of May 2023. Yes, that is way more than the national salary of $48,000. With that said, the Bureau of Labor Statistics reports this industry will grow an estimated 17% from 2023 to 2033. That growth is around 4 to 6% over other industries. When working with an advisor, you may hear something about a 3-bank account system. This is interesting and actually something I learned in my finance class. It's something I'm working on setting up myself, and it works with our personal situation. Maybe this would work for you. Now, that's not financial advice. Account 1 is for immediate spending, like your budget for your living expenses. This is items such as groceries, utilities, rent, or your mortgage. You need to add some cash for unforeseen minor expenses like car repair, minor electrical, or your air conditioner tune-up. Account number 2 is for things like vacations or holiday parties and gifts. People usually overspend and take months to catch up. Missing a car payment or house payment is not worth the stress, so be sure to plan accordingly. This second account is for things like a major car repair, bathroom or kitchen upgrades, along with major home improvements like a new roof. And the third account, well, this is the all-important emergency fund. Now, what I did was to start with $1,000. Then, over several years, it grew up to $5,000. I can't tell you how many times we had to deplete the funds only to scrimp and save to get it back to being fully funded. Now, remember at the start of this video, I mentioned I would give you 5 questions to ask when selecting a financial advisor. Again, time to get that pen and paper out. Number 1, are you a fiduciary? We have already covered this earlier. A reminder is they have your interest before theirs or the company. Second, how much experience do you have? Remember, not all have graduated college with a financial degree or trained in several facets we have discussed like investments, retirement, or even real estate and crypto. Now, here's a pro tip. You might want to consider performing a background check to find out whether they've ever been convicted of a crime or investigated by a regulatory or trade group. Several public companies offer this service for very little money for such an important person to manage your money. Third, what type of services do you offer? Are they more focused on investments, retirement, estate planning, or tax planning? Many advisors have those specialties in their office for you to work with. Also, some may be best suited working with retirees, while others may work with newly divorcees or people who have lost a loved one who handled the family finances. Number 4, what's your fee structure? Don't forget, it may be negotiable in some, but not all cases. You should be presented with a fee structure document. Never take it orally. When you receive your first statement, you have no recourse against a mistake or someone who is not suited to be an advisor. And now, for the biggie. Number 5, what is your investment approach strategies? If you are not comfortable taking on a lot of risk, you could consider an advisor who advocates for a more conservative strategy. Remember, asking lots of questions and knowing their investing philosophy beforehand could potentially save you thousands in the long run. I would rather see that money in your pocket and not in the investment company. I know I've given you lots of really good information. It may seem daunting, but this is why I will have timestamps in the video notes. This way you can come back and watch a specific section you wanted to know, or you get a better understanding by watching it again. You may want to share this information with your significant other. Finally, let me say thank you for taking the time to watch to the end. I'm grateful you took a few minutes out of your life to learn about your financial freedom. I do have one simple ask of you. Would you please consider hitting that like subscribing and even leave me a comment about maybe a concept that spoke to you? I try really hard to bring you quality content for both my subscribers and someone new to our channel. Coming up on the screen is another video I think you may be interested in. Although it deals with crypto, it goes for any investments. Be sure your family knows what you have and where it is. We all think we will live forever, and planning for what happens when you are not around is something hard to grasp. I remember when we selected and paid for our funeral plots. Talk about a depressing topic. I try to make it easy for you with this video. Once again, nothing in this video is financial advice. Always use an attorney and financial planner to ensure you can retire and enjoy your golden years without worrying. Finally, thank you for investing your time to watch Retirement for Seniors, where curiosity evolves into knowledge. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.